What information and evidence are available to both sides during that discovery period in a contested divorce?
Generally speaking, that is one of your aims in doing the disclosure, is to obtain as much evidence as possible that the other side will be producing. Now, it's with one major proviso, which is generally speaking, the parties cannot ask for disclosure on the custody and visitation issue. However, there's some key exceptions to that, and you want to discuss with your attorney the appropriateness of asking for disclosure under one of those exceptions, which is there are statutory factors on both asset distribution, child support, maintenance, etc., asking for the parties to disclose health issues. So you're entitled to ask the other side whether they have any physical or mental health issues. And of course, while they may affect asset maintenance or child support issues, they also affect custody issues as well. Another common example where issues are intertwined between custody and visitation and financial issues is where you get to ask on the finances whether the other side has any inhibitions in working or accrual of assets. You get to ask, if another side, as but one example, has a drug issue, you get to ask on the financial disclosure where they're spending that money. To trace the source, because that's also an arguable marital waste issue. If they're spending marital money on drugs, you get to argue that they're wasting marital assets. And so you get to explore that issue at depositions or interrogatories to say, okay, who are you buying your drugs from? How much money did you spend each time, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot of different ways at getting at those issues in terms of disclosure. But by the time you get to a pretrial conference, the court, generally speaking, will set forth a requirement that each side produce an exhibit list. And in that exhibit list will then finally be that disclosure. Sometimes if you weren't able to get it on the custody and visitation issue, you will see it in the exhibit list. Even if the other side is looking to produce rebuttal evidence, it should be nevertheless on their exhibit list as well.